So, in our last session, we discussed about roles and CLI. So, you have any questions on that, guys? So, did you get any chance to perform that cross account access? So, what are the resources you have in account one? Have you tried to share that with another AWS account and have you verified that? Okay, generally in organizations, we are going to have multiple AWS accounts. We are not going to run like a staging or dev environment and production environment in same AWS account. If it is a one or two applications, yes, you can, but generally in organization, we are going to maintain multiple. So if you want to share some resource from one AWS account to another AWS account securely, so without storing any credentials or without using any third-party tool, so you can use that cross-account access, right? So it is not a big task actually. Simple, create a role, associate that role, while creating that role, whatever the policy or associating, he will get that. What you need to do, you need to share this URL to another user, and that user need to switch role and he need to give AWS account ID, role name, or if he is using given URL, it is going to create automatically. Okay, so it's not a big task actually. The first one, so launch an EC2 instance using CLI. Okay, so have you tried this? Scheduling a task by using cron if you are using Linux, or a task scheduler in Windows. Not tried, or you find any difficulty? Almost everything I've demonstrated, right? I asked you to test that by performing same. So WinSCP to transfer some files is the easiest one, not a big one. Right. Okay, so here in today's session, we are going to discuss systems manager service. Systems manager service. So without logging to our EC2 instance, we can install an application, we can uninstall an application, or we can update the OS patches, or generally Windows operating system. So when we will get Windows operating system patches, we have a particular day for that. Second Tuesday of every month. So we call it as a patch Tuesday. So generally, if it is a critical issue or any critical rollback, they will release immediately, but they have a fixed date generally. So when a new patch is released, so first we are going to test our application in UAT environment. If everything is going well, then we will push that patches to our EC2 instances. So again, if you have one or two EC2 instances, manually you can log in and you can perform that. But sometimes we deal with hundreds of the instances also, thousands of the instance also. In that case, Do we really need to log into each and every machine, and do we need to? So other like existing mechanism is like we have what is that SCCM. We have SCCM, right? System Center Configuration Manager. By using that, we can push all the patches. Or what is that server? Sorry. Deployment. Yes. Okay. So WSAS. Yes. So we use WSAS, Windows Server Update services. Generally, we use this. So you need to have a server. Whatever the patches comes, first you will get the patches here, and you are going to test, or you can test, or you can exclude, or you can include some packages. Then you can push to your entire network, whatever the packages you want to. So you can implement in this mechanism also, but again you need to run a dedicated server, you need to add all the machines, you need to maintain domain. Basically, this works in domain controller mechanism only. So in a workspace mechanism or standalone mechanism, it will not work. So instead of modifying all those, simply you can associate required tag or required tags for our EC2 instance. First point, associate required role for our EC2 instance. Second point, if you are making these two, then you can update all your machine with latest security patches. When coming to updates part, at least. Second one, you want to install an application in all your 100 or 500 or 1000 EC2 instances. So simply navigate to Systems Manager service, select all your instances by using tag or by using manual option also. You can pick your instances, then you can give that MSI file path or .exe file path, and you can install that. Or if it is a Linux instance, you can give a commands how you want to install. You can give a simple any shell script or bash. You can initialize a bash, and you can give whatever the commands you want to give. It is going to update automatically. Here, one important thing is, if you have a large number of EC2 instances, you must use tags mechanism. Give an appropriate tag. For all Windows instance, specifically mention a tag. Okay, OS is a name and value is Windows. For all Linux, OS is a name and value is a Linux. Maintain this. So in future, if you want to update all your Windows machine, then you can filter that. Based on service also, we can, when you select that particular option, it will automatically shows that, but it will ease our task. So that is also, we can perform by using Systems Manager. And it started implementing a lot of options actually. So, infrastructure management tools like a Chef or Puppet, why we will use that? So to automate the processes, for example, you want to create a user in 100 machines, you will go along with that, right? So here also same, but what option you are choosing? If you want to use a traditional mechanism or any of the, if you want to deploy any of the QuickBooks handle, yes, you can use this, and you really no need to implement such type of third-party mechanisms in AWS. So earlier it is a very small feature in EC2, but now they segregated the service and they are adding lot of new features there. And soon we can expect more changes also here. And here management and governance, you can find Systems Manager. So quickly, I'm going to launch a couple of instances. So I'm going to launch one Windows machine and one Linux machine. Click on launch instance. Amazon Linux 2 AMI, T2 Micro, and here is a IAM role. So I'm going to use this feature called Systems Manager, and within that we have a service called Run Command feature. So here in left side you can find Run Command. Okay, so I'm going to use this particular feature. So this is a command history, what exactly I executed so far. So now let's create a role and let's associate that role to our EC2 instance. Then only these two can communicate. So the systems manager is going to trigger some services. Basically, we are going to have an agent. We are going to have an agent in our EC2 instance, and that agent is going to communicate with the systems manager service. The communication will happen when you have configured a CLI user or when you associate a role. So again, CLI versus role, which one is secured? Configure a CLI user or using role? So using role is a secured option. So create a role, associate that role to our EC2 instance. And it is easy to manage also, associating, disassociating. So let's quickly create a role and associate that. So far, I have admin access. Yesterday created one. This Beanstalk, it's created automatically. I mean, as I use that service. So S3 read only. So we manually created these. So I'm going to create a new role. And here, click on create role. And I'm giving this role to my AWS account only. And I'm associating to my EC2 instance. Then click on next. Here, policy. What policy we need to associate? It's matter. Again, don't associate administrator policy and all. So we always try to provide the required permissions only. Unnecessarily, for example, one user, he need only S3 full access. You are just associating only S3 full access, right? You are not giving like a administrator policy to that user. So go here, look for SSM. SSM means System Center Manager. Systems Manager. So these all are roles related to Amazon EC2 role for SSM. The role where we can associate to our EC2 instance. And we have, along with this run command, we have services like automation. So if you want to use that services also, you can go and pick these automation services. And whenever you are launching a Windows instance, and you really don't want to log into the EC2 instance to join that to domain. For example, you are using Active Directory. We'll discuss about Active Directory actually. So you are using Active Directory and you are launching a new EC2 instance. So generally what we will do, we will log in manually. We need to verify DNS settings first, whether it is pointing to our AD DNS servers or not. If not, manually we can change that. And then go to my computer properties, add that to domain. But I really don't want to perform this. I want to, whenever my instance is launching, that instance need to be added to domain. Then simply I can create a role with this directory service access. I can simply associate this to my EC2 instance and my EC2 instance will join domain automatically. Here, if we are selecting Windows machine, we will get that option. So Linux, again, manually you need to install some packages like Kerberos 5 and Samba Common Tools and SSS D service and all. So that is for Linux machine. We can even join Linux machines also into domain. So now I'm going to take Amazon EC2 role for SSM, or else if you are going to test multiple services like you want to test automation, you want to test as well as run command, or you want to test inventory. If you want to test all those, then you can take this Amazon SSM full access. Only SSM full access will deliver to our EC2 instance. Okay, so then click on next tags, review. So SSM full access is the role name I'm giving. Then click on create role. Okay, now go back here, give a quick refresh, search for your newly created role. It got created. Click on next. Storage 8 gigs. Tags. This is what I'm talking about. Based on tags, we can filter all the resources. See, the purpose and everything I am giving my own. For example, let's assume this is your production server. Production servers fun for let's assume this is for production servers one particular application. So for easy understand purpose, manage for purpose, you are giving name tag. Along with that, make sure you maintain some tags. For example, this operating system is Linux. Okay, and for what project you are using? Let's assume you are using this for Java. So we are giving some tags. Then click on next. Select an existing security group as I have the required one. Then click on review. Then launch, and I'm logging with the existing key pair. Right? So that's the first thing. Second, I'm going to launch a Windows machine. Click on launch instance. 2012 R2 base, T2 micro. I talked about the join domain automatically. So if you have any domain, you can simply select the domain here, but make sure you associate this IAM role. If you don't get that IAM role, it is not going to add automatically. For Windows, we have this. So click here, and I'm going to select SSM full access. Then click on next, storage 30 gigs, tags. So this one, like you can call like production server for application 2, or you can give any name. And what is a OS? So OS is Windows operating system. Then for what project you are using this? I'm using this machine also for same project. Okay, then click on next and select existing security group which have valid port opened. 3389 is open, so you cannot get connected. That's okay, manually I'll open that port. Okay, so we have multiple EC2 instances. So now, once these instances are up and running, navigate to Systems Manager. So as we discussed, like a run command. So click on run command option. And here we have multiple options. So if it is Ansible, if you want to deploy an Ansible playbook, here is an option. So based on platform, we can filter. Actually, you can click here based on platform type. Okay, I want to filter all Windows related one. Then it is going to show all the Windows supported commands. If you want to filter all Linux, then go to platform type and pick the Linux. Then it is going to show all the Linux ones. So I'll take you through a couple of important ones. First, install application. You want to install any of the application, you can simply use this feature. Scroll down here. We want to install, repair, or uninstall. You can select that. And what is your source file? The .exe or .msi file. Get that location here. Again, if that is in your local machine, there is no option to browse that. So in that case, what you can do is upload that file to S3 bucket and give read-only permission and gave that S3 URL here. When you gave S3 URL, automatically the file will be downloaded from S3. It will copy to our EC2 instance and it is going to install that application with admin permissions. So you really no need to log into your machine to install an application or to uninstall an application or to repair an application. So that is one. And configure Windows updates. So here, when do you want to look for updates for your operating system? So update level, install updates automatically or never check for updates. It's completely our option. So then schedule install day, at what day, at what time you want to install. So daily or let's take Sunday, schedule install time is 3 AM. So again, what are your targets? So do you want to install, you want to specify instances by using tags or choose instances manually? See, I have two instances, right? But when I selected this choose instances manually, it is showing only one. And the ping status is online, and CloudWatch agent is running with this agent version, and agent status is healthy. So the feature I selected, the Windows updates, is applicable for only Windows instance. So when I select choose manually, so it is listing only those instances. So if you want to specify instances by using tag, let's assume if you have more, instead of selecting all, what you can do, go to specify instant tags. Again, can I use a project and all? We can, but it is going to give some failed results. The valid tag is OS Windows add. So whatever the instances have a tag called OS as a name and value as a Windows, only this instance have that particular tag, so only that installation will happen on that instance only. It will not try to install. For example, if you gave this one also, OS is a Linux, it will try to install in this Linux instances also. Okay, so but make sure you gave appropriate tags, or else go choose instances manually, or we can go with this resource group also. We'll talk about that. So choose instances manually. So I'm selecting my Windows instance. Scroll down. What is the comments you want to give? You can give any comment. That's an optional thing actually. Rate control. At a time, you have large set of instances. In how many instances you want to install, and error threshold. If these many instances is failed to install this application, okay, this task is going to stop. You can give the rate controls, and output, whatever the output you are getting for this. So if you want to write that output to one of the S3 bucket, you can go here and you can choose an S3 bucket. Okay, write all outputs related to this task into this particular bucket. You can give that. So within that bucket, if you have any particular folder, you can give here. So you can even write this output to CloudWatch logs also. Then SNS notification, when this executed successfully, if you want to get notification, if this is failed, you want to get notification, you can use this SNS notifications. Give appropriate role to trigger that SNS topic. So then this is what command line interface. Then you can simply click on run. Then that is going to, it will look for Windows updates periodically into all those instances in the given time. So if you are using PowerShell module, Windows PowerShell module, you can just pick this, whatever the directory, in what directory you want to work on, and what is the commands you want to give, you can execute that commands here. That is another one. And install Windows updates. So this gives a complete information, like in Windows updates, we are going to have KBs, knowledge base article IDs. There is a history. View update history. See, if you observe, every single update have a KB, then some ID, KB, then ID. For every single update, we have some. So sometimes your applications will work with some of the KBs and it may not work with some of KBs installed. In that case, so what you can do is you can go and choose the option you want to install, or you just want to scan for the updates. Once that installation is completed, updates is completed, it will ask us to reboot that, right? So do you allow to reboot that? You can make true or false. This is include KBs. In this scan, in this installation process, only include this particular KB. So you can, Amazon manages, Microsoft manages update catalog actually. So Microsoft update catalog. So here you can just go and you can give that KB ID and you can search for this. Then it will give complete information about that. Again, copy option will not work. So this is what the KB ID. So if you go here, if you search for that, it gives, okay, this is what the update. If you want to download manually, you can download, and if you want to read something, you can just go here. What is the description of that? So if that is affecting your application, simply read that and understand that do you want to include, you can include that, or else you can exclude that KB. Along with that, we have categories, we have critical updates and we have security updates. If you want to install only critical updates, okay, give a name as this, critical updates. Then it will pick only critical updates and it is going to install that. If you want to install only security updates, yes, you can give security updates also. Not only that, we even have security levels also. We have critical, important and low categories. So if you want to install critical, give critical. If you want to install only low, just you can give low here, only low priority, security ones is going to update. And published old days back, published after this particular date, publish, for example, you want to get updates which is published 90 days back or which is published 30 days back, you can give those values. And again, how you are going to install, so you are going to choose instances manually or you are going to use a tags option, you can pick that option, and again same options this is, then simply run that. So along with this, join directory service, and if you want to install playbook, here is the one, any Docker option, inspector checks, we'll talk about this service, and this PowerShell script if you want to execute, and run salt state shell script for our Linux instances. For example, you have a Linux EC2 instance and you want to update all Linux instances with security patches. So simply go here, run command, run shell script, scroll down, give all your commands. Vm update -y will update our operating system. Scroll down, choose instance by using tags or choose instances manually. It is showing only Linux instance. The platform is Linux. So then just go here, pick it. So then I really don't want to write any outputs and click on run. So now this execution is in progress. So now whatever the commands I have given there, those all commands are going to be executed in this all instances which I selected. Here we can get the output. So once that installation is completed, you can view that output or you can write that output. You can write that output to one of the S3 bucket. So there you can just go and you can verify. So that is, see, this is success. If you go here, if you observe the output, so it executed that command, and you know, when you run that, it is going to look for the dependencies and it is going to get the same output. What is the output you got in console? The same you will get it here. And if you want to install something in Windows operating system, you can, I'll quickly demonstrate that one also. So install application in our Windows. So just scroll down, install. And here is a source. This is important. This is a mandatory field. So I want to install an application like a PuTTY in my EC2 instance. So you can take any MSI file or .exe file, guys. You can take any. So, but make sure you give that link here. So putty.org. And here I'm going to copy this link URL, link address. In simple, just if you paste this and if you click on that URL, it should download automatically. So when I use that link, one file is downloading. Seems that means link is working without issues. Now give that as a source here. Now again specify instance by using tags. So this time I'll use tags OS Windows. Add, then scroll down. I'm not going to write any output to S3 bucket, then click on run. is in pending state. Seems I introduced new feature return. So if you want to undo this option, is return. It is failed. Failed to download the file into this EC2 instance. That URL is working, right? So or you can just upload to S3 bucket and give that URL also. If it is unable to download from internet, since it is unable to download that file, maybe because of that security exemptions and all. So you can use S3 mechanism for that. So along with that, we have Windows rescue modes. For example, if you are using SSM, Systems Manager Agent in your EC2 instance and you want to update that agent, you can just go here, you can use this, you can run this, and what are all the instances you want to update your agent, select all that. For example, if a new agent version came, then you can install that newly updated agent here. And we have inspector service. By using that we can, and this EC2 rescue for Windows tool basically is a tool where we can recover our Windows instances from issues actually. For example, you have a local admin user called administrator. You forgot that user's password and you want to reset that. I given one task, right? And at that time I specifically asked you to perform by using EC2 config only, but you can use by this tool also. So just go here, run EC2 rescue for Windows on Windows instance to perform the specified action. So here, what action you want to? Reset access, reset administrator access. So here you can find small description. Reset the local admin password and stores the new password in parameter store. Collect troubleshooting logs from operating system and upload them to an S3 bucket. Attempt to fix an offline Windows root volume attached to the current instance. If you are facing any issue, you can run this. So reset access, then what is your instance? Just go here and pick your instance. Then what comment you want to give? So you can just give that and you can run this. So it will try to execute that and it will try to reset that whatever the modified password we have modified and all. With a single operation we can reset that. So that is also one of the feature we have here. So in simple, without logging to our EC2 instance, by using this option we can automate processes. So to join domain, you really don't require, and to manage any of the agent, to install any of the application, to update your operating systems, simply you can use this run command feature. The important thing is make sure you associated appropriate role here. Then you do that. Okay, so let's quickly look into an option called resource groups. So when coming to resource group, by using tags, we can filter all the resources and we can create them as a group. So for example, here I am maintaining a tag called project Java. So I want to filter all the resources having a tag with, I want to filter all the resources using for Java project. Then I can use this resource group feature, create a resource group. Not only this, let me quickly create, add this tag to a couple of S3 buckets. It may take some time to propagate the changes. We'll see. So tags. So project. I'm using same tag, project as Java, and for let me do that for a couple of buckets. Not only this, even you can associate for your RDS database instance and all. Those we will discuss in our coming sessions. So, but whatever the resource we are taking, we have an option, right? Associating a tag. So, by using this, okay, I want to filter all the resources by using tag based. And here, what is the resource types? What are the resources you want to filter here? So, I'm going to filter my S3 buckets as well as EC2 instances. And here the tag name must be project and value must be Java. Then add this. So whatever the resources contain tag as a project and name is Java. In my S3 platform as well as EC2, I want to filter. Click on view group resources. It is going to trigger and it is listing all the 4 resources. I have 2 S3 buckets with the particular tag. I have 2 EC2 instances with that particular tag. And how many tags are created and associated for that instance, you can find the tags also. So that instance have total 3 tags and it is matching with that filter one and we are able to get that. So I want to create a resource group. I want to make it as a, okay, so project 1 resources, or you can pick all Windows 1 and you can create a group name as a, okay, my Windows resource group, my Linux resource group. Whenever you are performing that run command and all, you can simply pick the resource group and you can execute your command. Okay, so you can just give a name and create group. You are just creating a group which contain a particular tag. So that is a resource group. So by using tags, we can filter that. And along with that, we even have another option called Automate under Systems Manager. So here you can find automation. So let's assume you have an EC2 instance and you want to take an image of that EC2 instance. So in that case, you can just go to execute automation, and here you can look for like what particular actions you want to, and you can just go here. For example, if you want to attach an EBS volume or if you want to attach IAM role to an EC2 instance, you can pick this. And if you want to enable S3 bucket logging on any of the bucket, select this. So then click on next. So on what S3 bucket, what is your S3 bucket name? Bucket name is required, and so permissions, logging permissions is required here. So then what permissions you want to enable on what particular bucket you want to enable. So you can give all that features, then bucket logging is going to enable automatically. So not only that, I'll show you this image option. So for example, you want to create an image of one of the EC2 instance. Select this, then click on next. So here, what is your image ID? What is your instance ID you want to? So if you select this, it will show all the instances which are associated with appropriate roles. So I want to create an image for this Amazon Linux AMI. I do not have any images here. Then I can just go here, I can select this, and no reboot. While creating image, it will ask that, right? So you can give no reboot, again that is optional one. So then click on execute. So immediately one image creation is initialized here. So you can just go with the interactive. When you have multiple, you can simply go here, you can select like you can just go and pick, okay, what is your instance IDs. Manually you can just go here, you can grab your instance ID, you can paste that instance ID here, then image is going to create automatically. Not only that, we have multiple options. You can just go here, you can find for example if you want to copy snapshot, select this, click on next. So what is the snapshot ID? So just go here, find the snapshot ID, which snapshot you want to copy and where you want to copy. give that snapshot ID. So region, source region, in what region it is there. AP South-1. Description you can give. So lambda, that's optional. These also optional. So then, okay, this is destination actually. Oh, snapshot currently existed. So you can give that, and this particular snapshot is going to copy to this particular region. So you can perform these options, and once you start building infrastructure, right, then you can you are going to get familiar with these options. So mainly run command. So that is a systems manager service. So any questions on this, guys? In simple, Amazon, they started implementing their own automation infrastructure as a code or infrastructure automation tool. So instead of Chef or instead of Puppet or instead of Ansible, you can use this to automate the processes. So image is created, make sure you deregister the resources. I really don't require that, so I'm deleting that. And Amazon recently introduced launch templates. So you know all the features where you can what are the required things if you want to launch an EC2 instance, right? So you can create a launch template, and if you want to launch an EC2 instance with that same settings, you can simply launch instance with a couple of clicks. So let's click on create launch template. And here, what is the template name you want to give? Okay, so template for project 1, and what is the template version? You can give description. So then auto scaling guidelines. So do you want to perform auto scaling with this template, or you really don't want to? So then what operating system you required, what AMI you required. So I need Amazon 2 Linux AMI. Then what instant type you required. So I need T2 micro. Okay, so then key pair for login, I'm going to select Mumbai key pair. So then network settings, under what VPC you want to launch this. So I'm going to launch in I'm going to launch with in a particular VPC, and the security group I'm going to use is new SG for web servers. Hard disk, how much hard disk you required? So one hard disk, that is root volume, size is 8 gigs. Which category you want to use? Do you need any specific IOPS count? And delayed on termination? You can give yes or no. Or manually while launching, if you want to edit that feature, you can select, okay, don't include in launch template. Manually you can give whenever you are launching instance from this template. Encrypted, you can give yes or you can give no. And if you want to give any key information, you can give that. So this is related to root volume. Then instance tags. So I'm going to give a tag called type as a template launch. So do you want to associate this to your tags, these tags to your instances as well as volumes? Yes, I'll associate to both. These all are known options only. While launching instance, we gave all these options, right? Selecting volume, selecting under what VPC you want to run, what key pair you want to use. So what AMI you required. So then network interface, no network interfaces are currently included. So add a network interface. So this network interface is going to add. So then click on network interfaces. Okay, we manually need to create and we can use that. So leave this blank. So again, additional details. So here, if you want to launch this under spot category, just go here, then give your pricing and all. So if you want to give any profiles like a roles, For example, whatever the instance is coming automatically, I want to get it with admin access. What is the shutdown behavior you want to give? Stop. Stop hibernate. This is for, we'll talk about that. Basically, whenever you're using this pod category and all, know the way we can use that feature, and your services will go to hibernation state, it is not going to stop. So termination protection, if you want to enable termination protection, you can enable that or you can disable that. So do you want to enable CloudWatch detail monitoring? The same options, whatever the one we use, tenancy, shared tenancy, so you can create a launch template. So one launch template got created now. So now I want to launch an instance with this particular settings. So go to actions, launch instance from this template. So now when I select this option, it is asking, okay, what is your source template? How many instances you required? And it is going to show all the configured settings. Okay, it is going to pick an Amazon Linux AMI. It is going to use T2 Micro, key pair, and it is going to pick one VPC and one volume is going to create and launch instance from template. Then you instance. So immediately you are going to get a new EC2 instance. And it is going to get with all the configured settings. So one NIC card is going to get, and this is going to contain this particular public IP address. And here you can see that security group and T2 Micro is selected, Mumbai key pair is selected, IAM role also selected. So based on your requirement, you can create a templates. So instead of creating everything manually, launch all your instances from your templates. Let's assume you want to create a template for all free, an instance with all free tier features. Create a template and give name as a free tier. Okay, if you want to play around with that, just launch an instance from the template. Simple. If I want to launch another instance with the settings, I can go to launch template. Here is a template. Go to actions, launch instance from template. So if you want to change something, you can go here, simply scroll down, click on launch instance from template, you will get another one. So you can generally, whatever the options you are performing, you selecting instance, selecting instant type and associating and launching under a particular network, storage, these all options we are creating it as a template. From that template we are launching. That's it. That is a launch template option. And to save some cost, Amazon introduced the savings plan. Actually, this is also a new feature. So again, it recommends us to go with the reserved instances, so we can save some cost. So click on purchase savings plan. Then don't do that actually. So you're going to get suggestions related to where you can save some cost and all. So that is another feature. Let's look into one quick and small service called Light Sale. So any questions on this, guys? Launch template or launch template is free. It is not going to cost us anything. If you want to modify template, you can create a new version of this. And you can create auto scaling group by using that. You can create a spot instance fleet also by using this. Okay, so we have a service called Light Sale. That is that basically comes into software as a service category. For example, you need a WordPress website, or you need a LAMP stack. You know LAMP, Linux, Apache Web Server, MySQL, and PHP. So you need an EC2 instance with all pre-configured settings. You really don't want to spend hours and hours to configure these things. So in that case, you can just go to Lightsail and you can look for an option where it is available or not. If it is available, you can simply select the template and you can launching an instance from the template. Amazon predefinedly designed some templates and they have kept under Lightsail. So for example, all Naresh IT's websites are running by using Lightsail only. They have not recruited, they have multiple websites, approximately, I believe they have 4 websites. Shesha Jobs, nareshit.com.in is all websites. So they are going to update that website pretty quickly and easily, but they have not recruited any developer. So how they are doing? Simple. We got access to, like, we have launched that websites by using Lightsail, and we have given WordPress console access to developer. They are simply login and they are modifying and they are simply clicking on publish. Immediately those changes are going to be delivered. So one guy is managing 4 websites with very ease, not putting much efforts. And when coming to pricing, so it is Amazon come up with a tagline when they introduce this service called no nonsense pricing. So if you're taking an EC2 instance and if you want to design a WordPress website, so if you're taking an EC2 instance and if you want to make that as a WordPress website, first thing, a lot of manual configurations required. Second thing, you are going to get charged for multiple things. You are going to get charged for EC2 instance, backend EBS volumes, and data transfers. So instead of all those things, go to Lightsail under compute, and there Amazon given some pre-templates. What language you required, you can select that. So then Amazon given some pre-blueprints. So I need a WordPress website. Okay, simply select this, scroll down. What is your plan, your required plan? So I want to go with the $3.5 plan. Then select that. How many websites you required? Do you need 10 WordPress websites? Yeah, take it. So then scroll down, click on create instance. You are going to get 10 WordPress instances with default web pages. Again, how we can change the template, how we can modify. So you can log into admin panel, admin console, then you can start modifying that. Okay. So this is the first thing. Otherwise, like if you really don't require WordPress, you want to go with WordPress multiple websites, go with this. LAMP with PHP 7, go with this. You need a platform where you can deploy Node.js application, go with this. Joomla, Magento, MeanStack, Drupal, GitLab. So you can pick Nginx. You can just go here. What is your pricing and all? Then how many you required? Then launch it. So I'm going to demonstrate this with WordPress. So even just plain operating systems also available here. Whenever you go to Microsoft Windows Server 2016 and 2012 R2 is available. What is the advantage? By end of the day, your pricing is going to be this much. You can predict the pricing. Okay. So it is not going to change the plans automatically and all. So here, this is what price per month. So again, based on usage, you can just go to memory, processing, storage, based on transfer. If your application is going to transfer more data, yeah, look for this data transfer, 3.5 dB one, and you can look for that. And Amazon is giving 1 month free trial. Amazon is giving 1 month free for this $3.5 plan, and make sure you terminate after 1 month. Otherwise, again, hourly price only. Otherwise, if you're okay to pay $3.5 for a website and 50 cents for hosting plan, so with $4 you can deliver a website. Okay, so $3.5 is a monthly cost and 0.5 is for hosting. So $4 is total cost for your website. So then here, like you can pick your required plan and how many you required. You can simply select that and click on create instance. So this Amazon is actually partnered with this GoDaddy. So whatever the static websites you will try to host in GoDaddy, it actually hosts on top of S3 platform, static website hostings. So they are saying, okay, we consider that you created WordPress website, and why don't you consider to go this and all. So this we really don't require that. So now it is started creating. Once this creation is completed, we can get connected to this and we can get the admin password. But here is the IP address where we can map our domain name if you have any domain name, or you can deliver your website by using this also. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. And in future, if you want to add any databases, you can just navigate to database. You can create a database, MySQL, what exactly version, PostgreSQL. You can specify the login credentials. What is the username you want to give? What is the plan you required, and you can make that available. Along with that, if you want to create a snapshot, you have a snapshot option. Just go here. You can create a backup copy for our Lightsail instances. So create a disk and we can add the disk to our EC2 instance. The advantage is predictable and fixed price here. And network, if you want to create a static IP address, or if you want to create a DNS hosted zone, or if you want to create a load balancer. Again, to manage these websites or to perform these features, we really don't require a technical guy. We really don't require a technical guy. So, Swagger hotels, they are also using the same mechanism. They frequently update websites, and also it took just a 1 hour session, how we can modify, and also they are doing it. So now this is what the default template we got, and this will be accessible across the globe now. So we in our coming sessions, once we're done with the databases, we are going to see how we can create a WordPress website end to end. Let's assume at the moment you really don't know, but you need a WordPress website. In that case, you can just go here and you can pick this feature, Lightsail. And now, instead of this template, I want to give my own template. I want to modify this. So in that case, navigate to WordPress admin. Simple. This URL /wp-admin. Click on enter. Then it will ask you, okay, login as a admin user, where you can manage all the plugins, where you can create users, everything. So what is the username or email? The default username is user, and password we need to get from this instance. So here, open this terminal, click on that, it opens a window. This is what our instance, give ls, and here you can find an option Bitnami application password. That is going to contain your default password. So just give cat Bitnami application password. So this is a password for our Lightsail, and the worst part is copy and paste will not work. So manually you need to type it. This is the one. So correct me if I gave any typos. So that is INX7J capital ST WI7RP. Give the password here, click on login. So now we logged into this WordPress admin page. So a latest version of WordPress is available. You can update here if you want to. And if you want to add any plugins, you can go to plugins, and here you can add all the plugins. Okay. Add all the plugins here, whatever the plugin you want to. And these are installed plugins. What are the plugins we already have? These are active plugins. And if you want to create users, so by default we got a user called user, right? If you want to edit, you can go and edit, and you can give your username, you can set up your password, and you can change it to your email ID. So in future, by using your email ID only, you can log into this WordPress admin console, and if you want to create any other users, go here, so add new. What is the username you want to give? What is the email? Immediately he will get an email. And what is the role you want to give? Editor, he can write and he can post something. He can author. He can write some articles. He can contribute. He can be just a subscriber or administrator to this WordPress website. Now my application is delivering with this particular template, right? So instead of this template, I want to deliver my application with a new template. So instead of this, so in that case, you can simply click on customize your website, or else change your theme completely. So if you want to customize, just go to customize your website, and this is what the customization. So for example, at moment it is showing users blog. So instead of that, I want to get it as a Avinash blog, publish. When you go here, refresh, see here. For everyone, it is going to look as a Avinash blog now. So instead of this hello world, if you want to edit something, you can just go there and you can edit whatever you want. So you can edit this field and you can edit whatever name you want to give. Or if you want to change the theme completely, you can go to change the theme. So just look for WordPress.org themes. Approximately 4,000 themes are available. Whatever theme you required, you can just go there and you can preview that theme. Actually, you can preview that, and if you're okay, you can just go and you can install that. Install and preview. So this is a new one. So then click on activate and publish. So when you go here, give a refresh, see here, immediately we got a new theme. So instead of this, welcome to Opus blog. So if you want to give something, yeah, just go here. You can just edit all these things. So here, what are the fields? Site identity, display site title and taglines. So if you want to select a logo, where it can display here, top right corner, the theme options. So what is a slider? And if you want to enable slider, you can. Otherwise, it is not going to be the one. Slider, what name you want to give, boxed one, how many slides you want to give, what are the files you want to, you can simply modify. To modify this, do we really need to know HTML or CSS and all? Definitely no. Anybody can modify. So based on your requirement, you can just modify all these things. Okay, if you want to upload image also, yes, you can simply do that. You can upload to individual media, or else manually you can upload that, and you can simply click on crop image and you can publish that. So immediately that will comes into your website. So the slider will come. See here, this backend one. So exactly same way you can just pick and you can deliver that. So in simple, you really don't need to have any technical knowledge to manage these websites. If you have technical knowledge, if you are a developer and if you want to deliver, just go and pick Elastic Beanstalk category. You can write your just code and you can deploy that code. So infrastructure management, provisioning servers, and creating auto-scaling group Elastic load balancers, Amazon will do. If you know how to launch an instance, and if you know how to create resources and how to write a code and how to deliver that, then go with the EC2 instance option. All the three ways we are going to deliver a website only. So how quickly, how easily you are doing these matter. This is what we discuss these things in our software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So I can say this is we are getting entire WordPress as a service in simple. We are modifying that accordingly. Okay. So again, make sure you terminate your resources in a month if you try this. So any questions on this, guys? Again, instead of this public IP address, how we can map our domain name and all, that's our Route 53. We are going to start that in our day after tomorrow session. So tomorrow we are going to discuss Elastic Beanstalk. Then we are going to revision entire EC2. Then we'll start with the hosted service called Route 53. Okay. So for today, the task is using run command option, install STDPD and deliver a website. And another one, using run command, install any application. Take any application and try to install that. So you can take Putty also. Somehow I got an error, but I'm not sure about that. So I need to, if we log in and if we verify, we can get a bit more information about that, but it should work. So instead of that, like you can take any other application, very simple application. So take that and install that. And create resource group, using particular tag. This is free, resource group and run command. These all options are free. It will comes under free tier eligibility only. So not only EC2 instances, associate tag for your multiple resources, S3, IAM instances. If you know any other load balancer, add tags there and pick all that. Even for AMIs also, images also, you can associate a tag and you can try to pick that. So try to create a resource group. And along with this, try to give a try, explore EC2 Windows rescue tool. The one we talked about, like if you are facing any difficulties for your Windows instance and all. So give a try with that. And using PowerShell script with SSM, run command, change the time zone of Windows instance. You know the commands, right? tzutil/s, then you can give colon and your required time zone. If it is a India space, standard space, time. So you can give that, or you can get that command from your local machine also and initialize a PowerShell and try to install that. So that is a very simple one. In future, if you want to execute any PowerShell commands, you will get an idea, okay, where you can and how you can. So try to perform this, like take an EC2 instance, try to reset the password, and by using that and try to get your previous password back. And if you are facing any issues at OS level, try to read the report and all. Okay, so these are the tasks for today. Right? So you can find that from this URL. Okay. So then that's it for today's session, guys. In our next session, we have Elastic Beanstalk. Then we'll quickly recap. So make sure you spend some time on EC2 and read. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions while discussing that. Okay. So see you tomorrow, guys.